What's up everyone, I'm Dr. P, and today we got a new update in Fortnite Battle Royale. This update included a sick new game mode, which you're seeing gameplay of here. It also included new map changes that I want to go over, and Polar Peak has even started to crack officially in the game. I'll go over everything you need to know. Make sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. I'm uploading every single day, covering everything you need to know about Greasy Grove's event, Polar Peak, or anything else that may happen. Guys, if you want to get added to my epic friends list and get a gift in the future, the best way to do it is to check out my caffeine live streams. I'll be sure to link it below. Go and check me out and hit me with the follow so you know when I'm going live. At the end of all my streams, I add everyone who is watching. Also, the 30% off sale for G Fuel using my code Pineapplez ends soon, so make sure to pick some up while you can, and if you pick something up, tweet me and I'll hit you with that follow back. So I want to start off by talking about this new thing in the game called hotspots. Essentially, hotspots are selected every match, at least one, possibly up to 3 each game. And these hotspots, named POIs, will have their text on the map turn gold, and the loot there will be a lot better than the average place. Also, there will be loot carriers flying around, which are essentially little drones with loot attached to it. You shoot these down for even better weapons and loot. This is a feature that Fortnite's main competitor, Apex Legends, has, and I really like this idea. It's almost like there's going to be a new Tilted Towers every single game, depending on where the hotspot is. So there's a new game mode that's been added today called Downtown Drop, and that's what you're seeing on the screen right now. It's unlike any other game mode Fortnite has ever made. You're never trying to kill people. Killing is just not even a thing in this game mode. You're simply trying to collect as many coins as you possibly can. Each player is gifted unlimited impulse grenades and boogie bombs to try and thwart your opponent from getting to certain coins and throw them off track. It's actually a really fun game mode. It's a nice change of pace. This was the game mode that was teased yesterday by the Jordan crossover with Fortnite. There's also a Jumpman skin, a Jordan branded skin in the item shop right now. It's actually a great deal. For 1,800 V-Bucks, you can get 2 different skins, a male and a female version, with new unlockable styles you can get from playing this very game mode. So really, it's 900 V-Bucks per skin with the option to unlock several more styles, which I think is a fantastic deal. So along with the version 9.1 update that went live this morning, there were a lot of files added to the game's coding, and Dynamiters were able to extract the weeks 3 and 4 loading screens for this season. If you'll recall, the main theory about this set of loading screens so far is that it's telling the story of what happened outside the bunker over the course of the 8+ years Jonesy was locked up in there drinking Peely. So without any further ado, here is the week 3 loading screen. As you can see, there appears to be a dog-like skin. He's peering over at the bunch of dogs around him, and you can even see a cat in the bottom right-hand corner. I'm not sure what to make of this. It could mean very little. I don't know how much it means, and I'm also not sure what it means. If you guys have any idea, make sure to let me know in the comments. Next up, we've got the week 4 loading screen, which I think could be a little more telling. So right away, you can see we have 2 people sitting in the desert near Paradise Palms. You can see it in the background. We know that's the location. This is the first loading screen so far this season to very plainly show a concrete location in the background. We can pick out very roughly where this takes place. You can see one of those drones in the background, the supply drones, and these characters seem to be peering off at something off the screen that we can't see. But the question is, what? What are they looking at, or what are they thinking about? It's tough to piece together what's going on at the moment because we really don't know what's truly happening. Within these loading screens, we can only make a guess, but by all means, make sure to leave your theories and ideas in the comment section below. Remember those rock golems from season 7 and 8 that went through a whole lot of changes and ultimately disappeared after the volcano event in season 8? Well, with this latest update, they have returned, and guys, this is one of the most cute things I've ever seen in my life. So they have come back on the eastern side of the map near Lonely Lodge, and they have a little farm now. And not only that, they have started a family. They have a little baby rock golem now. I thought Epic Games finally did away with the rock golems, but 3 seasons later, they are still here in the game. Amazing. They survived that eruption, and I'm so glad. I know it's small, I know it's a very minor detail, or is it? I don't know, what do I know? But anyway, it's nice to see them continuing this slight storyline. I know it's silly, but a lot of people were emotionally invested in these inanimate video game objects. But, you know, it's okay, man. I'm not here to judge. In Season 7, these statues constantly were updated to reflect what was going to happen to the map. For example, leading up to Season 8, the statues were sobbing and crying and pointing towards certain ways, and obviously that was spelling out doom for the map. In that case, that meant the volcano forming and the eventual eruption. In Season 8, they were trying to get together and be reunited after the volcano separated them. Over the course of Season 8, they slowly got closer to each other and then slowly swam through lots of lava, and they were finally reunited. When the volcano erupted, they disappeared, and we thought that was the end of them. So, as you can see, these golems have been a part of the storyline, and while they might not have been the biggest thing going on, they did, in fact, mean something to the overall progression, and I wonder if they've come back to do the same thing. Are they going to get updated throughout the season, or is this their final resting spot? I could see it going either way. They've been a part of the story for 3 seasons at this point, and it's likely they could mean something more and could play a role in this season's storyline, or I could also see it being Epic Games simply putting them back in the game to conclude this love story, so to speak. They were separated, got back together, we thought they were gone, but nope, they show back up on the island, and they've started a family. That's a pretty good ending to a happy love story. Alright, so this next point is probably why you clicked on this video. I have some great news. We have some evidence, hard evidence, that Polar Peak is in fact melting at this very moment in the game. With this update, a map change took place at Polar Peak, and as you can see by the gameplay on screen, there is a massive indent at the base of the iceberg, which looks to be like some kind of a cave. I wonder if this continues melting, if we can go in there. You know, it definitely looks like a cutout of some sort that we can maybe venture into. Every so often, the screen will shake, and there will be lots and lots of ice that breaks off the iceberg, and there's a pretty big sound accompanying it. This is confirmation that the event for this season, or at least an event for this season, is going to involve Polar Peak melting. We pretty much knew this already because the volcano hit the iceberg back in Season 8. Nothing happened to it, but the other 2 places that got hit had serious changes, so it was only a matter of time until we started to get some kind of clue as to what was going to happen in the game this season regarding Polar Peak. So now that we have Polar Peak actually showing signs of melting, as you can see very clearly, that raises the question, what is going to happen? The biggest theory is that the castle will somehow slide off the mountain, will lose the POI this season, and possibly even bring Greasy back, as you can see. And as you know, there are lots of theories and lots of people speculating that Greasy could come back, and for good reason. I'm not going to go over every single thing again, but if you want to see all the overwhelming evidence, I laid it all out in yesterday's video. You should go and check it out. I'm assuming every update we have, or maybe every week, every couple days, it's unsure at this point and we don't really know, but every so often this season, Polar Peak will start to melt little by little until the iceberg has withered away. I'm really curious about the base of the iceberg right now. Like I said before, it definitely looks like some kind of a cutout. It's strange that it melted in that exact fashion. I wonder if we could venture deeper into that iceberg as we get further into the season. As you'll recall, when the iceberg first hit the map in Season 7, there was no castle. There was just the very tip of it. We had no clue so much was below it. Even when Polar Peak was fully exposed and the castle was there, we had no clue that there was a secret dungeon underneath that kept melting, and we were completely stunned to find out there was somebody trapped and completely frozen in the iceberg in the dungeon of that castle. For all we know, that could still be the case. What if this iceberg continues to melt and we find out there's something even further inside the iceberg and deeper than the castle itself? Another point to bring up is the fact that if we know Polar Peak is melting, it's not going to be melting only because it got hit by a rock from the volcano. It's probably melting because of rising temperatures on the map, and if that's the case, that means ultimately the entirety of the snow biome in Fortnite is probably going to follow suit, meaning there's a great chance we could get Greasy back once the ice melts. Now, once it does melt, there's going to be a large standing pool of water. Is it possible we could get Greasy back, but have to swim through the water to access it? I'll leave you with this. Take a look at this image. This is an image that has been shared around the internet so much that has been on a lot of live streams, a lot of YouTube videos, and all over social media. Essentially, it shows the Greasy Grove area, you know, the frozen lake, except with all of the ice textures removed from it. This could be a rendering glitch, but even so, there's still a chance that could in some way suggest that we're going to get Greasy back, or at least, at the very least, the lake is going to melt. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to leave your thoughts, comments, ideas, suggestions, anything like that down below. I'd really love to see it. I read all your comments. Even if you don't think I do, I promise you I do, so make sure to make your voice heard. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video, and I'll see ya later.